Hey, what's going on, people? It's your boy Trigun 411. Welcome to Friday Night Gaming Podcast, Episode 6. Like I said, I'm your boy Trigun. I'm gonna introduce you to my co-host, who once sent himself a thank you card for attending his own birthday party. So I go to introduce yourself to the people, bruh. Hey.
Yo, that party was lit, my guy.
Lit. Let's get it.
Yeah, what's up, guys? You can find me at Scythex _ on Twitter and twitch.tv/Scythex.
Yeah, and you can find your boy Trigun at Twitter at Trigun4848. You can also find me at Twitch /Trigun411. I'm close to 1 million followers. I'm currently at about 100, but that's close to 1 million. Anyway,
by the way, I didn't get a birthday card from you.
Oh man, hey, bro, you know what? It's actually in the mail. But I think I had the zip code wrong. But anyway, well, I put 7 numbers in the zip code. Anyway, that's how they do it in England. Moving forward, to dive right in, bro. Download our podcast on iTunes, Google Play. Definitely check it out on YouTube. If you do come to YouTube, drop a like, drop a comment, tell us you love us. Do whatever you got to do. Even drop a dislike.
The subscribe button.
Hit that subscribe button because we definitely need subscribers. We're out here trying to come up in this game. But definitely check us out on Twitch, iTunes, Google Play. Sai made that happen. We have iOS and Android users, all that kind of stuff. So you can find us in multiple places. So make sure you get to us and show us some love, no doubt. So we got a jam-packed episode, and we're trying to jam-packed, bro, and we're trying to get this thing done in a reasonable amount of time because I do want to stay married to my wife. In any event, let's move forward. So we're gonna dive right in. So I'm gonna let my man Sai break down. You guys know Friday Night Gaming, we do the podcast on Saturday, so we always talk about what happened last night. Every Friday night we game with the fellas. So we're gonna take a trip back down memory lane. 2 weeks ago, what happened on Friday night during that GTA session? I'm gonna let Sai break it down for you. Hey, lit.
All right, so it was a cold Friday night.
Cold Friday night.
Cold Friday night.
Set the scene.
Four gamers boot up their PS4s.
Hey.
We log into that GTA 5.
Lit.
It's lit. We got that Doomsday Heist finale.
Act 3.
We've been talking about doing this for the whole week. We're like, yo, we're amping ourselves up. We're getting ready for it,
Especially Shanza, but
Shanza was amped. He's like, I want to make that money. He's like, I missed 2 finales already.
Mm-hmm.
This third time's a charm. We're getting in.
Hell yeah.
So our squad for the night was Try, myself, Cantankerous, and Shanza.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So we all meet at the facility. I invite everybody. I boot up the final mission, and it gives you, if anyone's done the heist, it tells you the percentages of the payout. So I set the payout. I give everyone their fair share. I had to take a little higher of a cut because I have to pay money to start the heist.
Hell yeah, and you don't get paid. Yo, shout out to Fly, by the way. Shout out to Fly.
Yo, Fly, what up, dude?
What up?
Welcome. So yeah, we boot up the mission, set the payouts, and we start heading to the mission point. The mission was to infiltrate this underground mountain base.
Yeah, bunker style.
Yeah, it was a crazy base. We had to destroy the supply boxes. We had to hack Clifford 4 times.
Bruh. Tragic.
Destroy his remote locations all around the map.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts. And as soon as we get into the tank, we decided we had to pick like the Jeep or the tank. So we're like, we're just going to all pile into the tank and not die because
the Jeep would have got killed. Yeah, the Jeep has like no doors on it. But that's fine.
So we're in the tank, we're driving, we're shooting everything, we're whooping ass. And
hell yeah.
all these juggernauts start popping up as soon as we get into the base. Now the tank just melts the juggernauts. They weren't even an issue in the beginning.
Melted.
But there was barricades, so we had to actually get out of the tank and do everything on foot for the rest of the way. We had a couple. Crazy. Yeah, we had a couple hiccups, but we had to kind of like make our way through the base and, you know, destroy supply boxes. I would say we're about halfway through the mission and we're steamrolling. We're ready to go. And all of a sudden I see this player dot on my mini map not moving anymore. I'm like, you go to the bathroom or something? What's going on? I didn't know who it was because we were kind of all like split up handling our own business at the time.
Oh yeah, just doing that thing, you know.
So I didn't know who it was. I was like, all right, somebody, you know, put the controller down. They're going to the bathroom. They'll be right back. And we're going to hop right into it. 5 minutes goes by. 10 minutes goes by.
Still waiting.
15 minutes goes by.
Still waiting.
Boom. Shanza disconnected. Mission failed. Boot to free mode.
Yo,
my man fell asleep in the third finale.
Bruh. We were rocking
in the mission. This dude was catching Z's and shooting dudes all at the same time. I don't know what was going on, but
bruh.
My dude fell asleep again.
My man fell asleep in the middle of the mission, booted, your team quit, my guy. Rip. Yo, R.I.P. Shanza, bro.
R.I.P. Shanza. My man missed out on money for the third finale in a row.
Everybody was like, yo, what just happened? Like, and then all of a sudden, like,
dude, to be honest, later, I was low key like triggered. Fuck, because I'm like, yo,
this man really fell asleep though?
It was a pain in the ass, and we had to like, you know,
it was
work our way through this thing, and
it was one of the worst missions I've ever played in the history of gaming. Facts.
It was terrible. It was. There's nothing I could say about it. It was absolutely awful.
Yeah, and, it was bad. It was bad.
So after like cooling down a little bit, we're like, screw it, let's 3-man it. Dude, the struggle bus that we had.
Oh my god, that bus was so strong and long. Like, pause.
We couldn't do this mission. It was unbelievable. Where'd we go to like 3 in the morning? 3:30.
Yeah, we went till 3:30 in the morning trying to complete this mission, and it was, you know, what motivated us throughout the mission was the sound of.
Yep. Every 5 minutes.
Yeah, but yo, it was the worst mission. We finally made it through, and we made like a blood pact. Like we all cut our fingers and put our blood together via the internet, and we're like, yo,
slash our hands and high five each other.
Yeah, facts. Like we vowed to never play this mission ever again. Like blood on our blood. Like facts.
Yo, fly low key was triggered, man. Was triggered.
Yo, for real.
But
it was so crazy.
Hey, we made it through though.
Yeah, we did.
It took a long ass time, but we completed the mission.
About 5 hours, but hey, you know,
we had to like make our way through it. We had to stop Clifford and Avon, and Clifford was the AI who was controlling everything, and yeah, man, like it was like such a sigh of relief when we saw that mission complete.
Yeah, hell yeah. We were like, yo, thank God. It was like being released from like prison after 40 years of being wrongly accused. Facts. So I mean, not that I know what that's like.
I ain't judging. I ain't judging. What you gotta do. So let's go through our little payout breakdown. I made 1.3 million in that one mission because I had first time bonus. I did all 3 acts in a row. So I made some money. How much did you make on that?
I think we made I think we made like 425 with all the bonuses. 425,000. Me and Cantankerous.
Nice. Nice.
So yeah.
You guys did your thing. You made your money. Lastly, Shanza.
That's the president of the Pillows and Sheets Foundation. Facts.
he made
Love you,
absolutely nothing. In fact, the pillows beat his ass so hard. He had to buy new pillows the next morning.
Bruh, Bed Bath & Beyond, let's get that sale.
So he actually lost money. And I don't know. Sean's a RIP, my dude.
Bruh, we still love you.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, so
but he was amped. He was amped for this mission.
Yeah, he was. We felt bad because he was amped the whole week, and then he like fell asleep and didn't get any of the money. But
for the third time in a row. But you know, he wanted to make some money, so that leads us to last night and try to take it up.
Yo, here's what happened last night. So Dubs is on, Shanta is on, I'm on. So we're like, yo, we're amped, we're getting ready to do it, and our man Sai decides to show up 7 hours late, fashionably. Thank you. He waltzes in. This man hits us at like 4:30 in the morning. Like, y'all on? Like, come on, but nah, it wasn't 4:30. But it was 12:15. He's like, "How's GCA, guys?" I'm like, "We waiting for you, goddamn it!" So, because Sai has the bunker and stuff. So anyway, we rocked. Me, Dubs, and Shanta rocked out. Dubs and Shanta have offices, so we did some office missions, and then I got the Coke warehouse, so we got that popping, made like 80 grand off one delivery. So we basically went around and did that until Sai got on, and then when Sai got on, we started trying to figure out how to get into, you know, the bunker. We had to kill some people first, and then all of a sudden, you know, Dubs goes missing. We're like, yo, where's Dubs? Where's Dubs? Where's Dubs? All of a sudden, I hear him. He's like, yo, I just woke up. I'm like, oh, fam, another one bites the dust. Like, we should call this sleep night gaming, bro, because like
we need to.
Dubs woke up. I'm like, bro, you was asleep? He's like, yo, I was asleep for like 15 minutes. I'm like, dude. So anyway, he proceeded to go on, like, wake up. He woke up one time and headshotted Shanta, and I was like, oh god. So Dubs proceeded to go to sleep and wake up like every 10 minutes for the next hour, and then finally he bounced.
Every time he woke up, he would kill one of us.
Yeah, I'm like, thanks, bro.
And then go back to sleep.
Joy was hilarious, but we grinded. We got some missions done. Then we finally ended up in the Avenger hangar on one of the setup missions for the Act 2 joint, and it was just so annoying. We finally struggle busted, and we were like, yo, done. I had a shotgun left, and then like Sai was like making
had,
it to
like,
the end,
no health, no friggin' armor.
Sai would literally pop out, and a bullet would come from like a box in the warehouse. Like, how did a box shoot that bullet and like hit Sai in the head, like headshot?
They wouldn't be on the radar. I'm going up the stairs. There's nobody on the radar, and then boom, headshot. I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah, it was crazy. So we just decided to bounce. But moving on to the next topic, let's dive right in because we got a lot to cover. This week in gaming. So we're gonna tell you what we've been gaming on this week. I'll let Sai dive right into it and tell you what he's been beasting on. Go ahead, Sai. Like I said, we were doing a GTA. 2 weeks ago, Division launched their global event. It was their 4th global event. And basically, if you don't know, you can earn credits doing global event credits doing, you know, certain missions throughout the map to give you a chance to buy like these superior caches. It's kind of like loot crates, but you actually earn it. You don't buy it.
Yo, this was sports. Division might be comeback player of the year, bro.
Yeah.
Like they said, Division's been crazy.
Division is leaps and bounds ahead of where it was a year ago. It's crazy. But yeah, so I dove into that. I tried to grind for some gear. Fortnite, I was playing a lot. I got that itch again, so I'm always gonna be playing Fortnite. It's gonna
he was on that last time I saw you.
But I decided to try this other game. It won the best. The actress won Best Actress of the Year, right?
Yeah, she won like Actress of the Year for like a narrative game. She won Best Actress.
Yeah, so I dove into Hellblade, and that game is a ton of fun. It's crazy. Like, you hear in the headset, like, because you can hear it on TV, you'll hear like the voices and stuff like that. Yeah. But your character has like a form of psychosis, and you're in the headset. you hear the whispers like in a distance, and like you'll hear it on the right side, and then all of a sudden
Yo, I gotta get that game.
Yeah, you'll hear something on the left side, and it's like, oh no, she's gonna open the door. Yeah, open it. No, don't open it. Like the game is like crazy, and you're like, what is going on? But Mrs. Sai was actually playing it. She's doing the puzzles and stuff because you have to like progress through them, through the world, and you got to like solve some things to go forward. It's a fun game. I definitely suggest you getting that and trying it out.
Yo, I definitely have to, man, because I'm trying to get up on that straight jacket simulated confirmed.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to Mrs. Sai, by the way. Appreciate it.
Yeah, doing her thing. But I couldn't. What's the name? It was on sale the time that I bought it, so I don't know what it's going to be.
Yo,
now.
I just looked at it. I thought you got it for $20, right?
I got it for $18.
Damn, yo, I think it's right now it's like $30 or $29.99, whatever, on Amazon. And so I missed out, but I gotta get that game. Like no question.
Yeah, so what did you play last week, buddy?
Hey, Brett, listen. I just want to say I beat the Rubber Ducky Simulator. Confirmed. What Remains of Edith Finch. The game was good. Listen, the game, I'm not going to spoil anything. The game was good. Story was fire up until the end, and then it was trash. Confirmed. But if you have $1.75, I would spend that on Edith Finch. In any event, Game of Thrones is the game that I moved on to next. Game of Thrones is fire. For those Game of Thrones fans, if you're a fan of the series,
right?
It's a Telltale game. So basically, you walk through, you press buttons, you right, left, and then you win. So Game of Thrones, if you're a fan of the series, the game is essentially, it's like almost a spin-off. You're another family that's interwoven into the Game of Thrones story, and you actually get to make decisions. So when I think about it, I'm like, yo, when I'm watching Game of Thrones, I'm like, yo, he should have done that or she should have done this. The beauty of the game is, instead of saying, oh, you need to do this, they should have done that, you actually get to do it. So it's like you basically go through the story and you basically make decisions that dictate the outcome of the game, which is unbelievable. Game of Thrones is fire. There's 6 episodes. It's the episodic. I got it for free in like November from PSN.
I'm curious how Batman's going to be, because that's Telltale as well.
I downloaded that Batman too. You know what we've been doing on GTA, grinding Coke Warehouse. Let's get it in the game. Rocket League. I jumped back. Everyone knows I'm a Rocket League guy. Thanks, my guy. Thanks. Everyone knows I'm a Rocket League god. I was on that game. I got like 2,500 hours on it. I jumped back on it, played for two matches, got triggered, shut off the PS4. So we'll I'll be back on Rocket League in and out. Golf.
I actually want to play that. I haven't played that in a while.
Yo, listen. Here's the reality. I used to make fun of people who played mobile games, and now I'm one of them. Confirmed. Here's the thing. I used to make fun of people who play like mobile gaming. Yeah, shut up. Because I'm a true gamer. But yo, my boy, shout out to EPeach37. He was like, yo, get on this Golf Clash. I'm like, bro, that's a mobile game. I'm a real gamer. I don't play trash mobile games. Yo, I downloaded Golf Clash, bro. Addicted. Yo, we talked about gamer addiction 2 weeks ago. Yo, I might have that GAD, bro. I need a prescription. Yo, Golf Clash, I've been addicted to it since day one when my boy EPeach37 told me about it. Yo, I legit, in my profession, I wake up at 5 a.m. This past week, I've gone to bed at 4 a.m. Confirmed. Like, I've been playing this game. Yo, you win money, you win coins. Man. Yo, it's hella fun. And it is a pay to win to an extent, but I'm the type of person, like, I'm not paying anything. But so you can make in-game currency. Yep. You can upgrade your clubs. You can upgrade. They have gems. You can buy different balls. Yo, it's a crazy game, and it's a one hole. You go against another person. You just play one hole, and then you go to a shootout. If you tie, and then whoever gets closest to the pin wins. Yo, the game is crazy. Download Golf Clash now.
That's the one where it's like if when you're driving, you hold the thing down even further, and it starts shaking and going you hold crazy.
The harder you pull it, the harder it is to get it intact or shoot it straight.
Yeah, like it's harder to hit the perfect shot.
Because the more power, it's like real golf. Like the more power you try to put in, the more erratic your golf ball will go. But shout out to EPeach. He just actually made it into the weekend round. He's been trying to do this forever. He made it into the week, and they have tournaments too. Yo, game is fire. I'm gonna put it to you like this. If you download Golf Clash right now, whoever listens to the podcast, if you download Golf Clash right now, if you don't like the game immediately, Sai will give you $20 on PSN gift card. All right, so we're gonna confirm. We're gonna move on to the next topic. Your Golf Clash is fire. We're gonna move on to the next topic. The next topic is what's on your mind. So my man Sai, what's on your mind, Playboy?
I'm about to trigger a lot of people.
Yo, if you can't handle this, you might
full disclosure.
Full disclosure.
This next topic is not for the weak-minded.
Facts.
Monster Hunter World is trash.
Trash. Bro, are you sure, bro? Are you sure?
Let me tell you. It's getting to the point where I'm getting annoyed the more I see people excited about the game. And it sounds stupid. It sounds crazy, but it's like, yo, this game is lit. This game's lit, yo. I'm like, oh my! It's like it's eating me up inside, like triggered me.
Damn, bro, this man gonna die of a Monster Hunter World heart attack, bro.
Because the beta was so bad, I could not get into that.
The beta was legit. Oscar the Grouch. That's trash.
I could not get into it. It was so boring. And like, I'm like, all right, maybe I'll try it again when the full game releases. I'll GameFly it or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm watching other people play it, and I'm like, how is this enjoyable? Like, I don't know. You know what it comes down to? And like the people that I watch are mainly, like Destiny streamers.
Yeah.
And I feel like and this, I'm going to touch up on this later on in the show, but because Destiny is at like a all-time like low, people are not excited, because of the current issues and whatnot. I feel like people are just latching on to the newest game.
That's a good point.
Just to have something to do. And
that's a good point.
It doesn't matter what game it is. They're like, yo, this game's crazy. But in reality, they probably wouldn't be playing it if D2 was still fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, and D2 was definitely dead, confirmed. Nah, I'm trolling. But Monster
I'll
Hunter,
touch on that later. But
we played the beta. After 2 rounds, we were like done. And to be fair, I've heard people in the community say the beta is different than the game.
Yeah. Like
I'm
there's an actual story, there's actual story to it and this and that. But I'm like, I'm watching it and I'm like, I can't get into it.
Yeah.
Like, fighting the monsters seems very repetitive and annoying. And then like some of them run away from you and you got to chase it. And it's like, man, just let me fight something and like progress the story. Like, I don't know.
See, to be fair,
watch.
Yeah. No, I feel you. But at the same time, to be fair, I think you and I could both say we didn't give it a real chance. But here's the thing: at the same time, I think we should actually give it a chance. But at the same time, it's so off-putting that we're like, we don't even really want to play that.
Right, exactly. And like, I tried making this point. I forget who I was talking to, but the beta, that is a developer's time to sell someone a game.
Facts. That's actually that's facts.
That's their window to pull somebody in to purchase this game, and they failed 100% with me.
And let's be honest. Let's be honest. A beta now is not a beta back then. A beta back then was a constructive game still in development, looking for criticism and feedback. Now betas are essentially previews because the beta's dropping 2 weeks before the game comes out. Like, how is that a beta? Like, you're basically saying here's an advertisement, here's how we can entice you to play the game. And if the beta is trash, now we're not going to say Monster Hunter World, we're not going to judge it off the beta. We're saying it's trash because the beta was so bad and the game just doesn't look enticing to us. But at the same time, you have to make your beta.
There was no like fun factor.
Yeah.
Like nothing pulled me in. The mechanics didn't pull me in. The world was beautiful. I will give it that. The world was beautiful, but the characters, like, I don't know, man. I just couldn't get into it. And maybe I'll GameFly down the road. And
I was just gonna say that. Here's what I think.
I don't know.
Real talk. What we should do. GameFly, or like if it was free, maybe like 2 years from now, or like even if there was like a flash sale for like $8 or $10, I would actually want to just try it just to see. Again, it's the same thing as Overwatch. I still want to play Overwatch because
You
millions
want to
of
see
people.
what the hype is.
Yeah, millions of people can't be wrong. Like when they said the Earth was flat. And anyway, so I really want to see what the hype is about Monster Hunter World and these Overwatch games. And like you said, it could be because other games are struggling that people are latching on to a game like Monster Hunter World that had. People don't realize it has a storied history to it, almost like a Zelda. I mean, not to that magnitude, but something similar.
It's been around for a long time.
Yeah, so it has a fan base following, a cult type of deal. So what's on my mind? So this is what I want to talk about, and this has been something that I've thought about for years now. Digital versus physical, and shout out to Shanta because we fielded questions from our viewers, and Shanta actually came up with this question and it was tight because it was already in the podcast. So let me break it down for you. And I think people who don't understand business don't understand the difference between digital versus physical and how detrimental it actually is for people to buy digital games. Here's the problem. When you buy a game physically, that game has value beyond the lifetime of the game. So when you buy a game physically, not only do you own the game in its physical form, which means you can trade it with your friends, you can let your friends borrow it, you can bring it with you, it can travel, you can trade it in. Now, I'm the type of person, I had Xbox 360 and 37 games. I traded all those things in, hardware and everything, and got PS4 for free. So I find value in physical copies. Even if you take it to GameStop, it's like 30 cents, whatever. It still has value. Yeah. When you buy a game digitally, the game can only be utilized on that particular hardware or on that console. So the value of a digital game,
you also can't like lend it to a buddy who hasn't played it yet. Like it's locked on your system.
You can't lend it. I mean, you can, granted, you can game share it, but here's the reality: the whole game share thing. I'm not, to be real, I'm not going to sit on my PS4 for an hour and watch you try out a game. Sorry, right. We're not doing that. So the digital value of a game is basically zero. Once you purchase it, it has zero value other than you enjoying the game. And you can tell me, oh, well, when you sell it, you could say, I have this game on this hardware. Well, it's a niche group. Who are you going to sell it to? Because if a person says, okay, well, you have Monster Hunter World on your hardware, on your hard drive, you're trying to sell me the PS4, I don't like that game, so I don't care about it. So therefore, it has no value. Also, here's the reality. They're charging $60 for a digital game. Now, you talk about overhead costs. When you buy a physical game, they have to manufacture the disc, they have to manufacture the plastic, they have to manufacture the case, the inserts, all that stuff. So it's additional cost.
You need
a digital game literally costs nothing to make. It costs nothing to me. You literally download it. Outside of the budget for the actual game, it costs nothing for you to get that game. It costs the developer and the publisher no money, but they're still charging you a full price. So now they're making money hand over fist on the digital game.
They're making at least $30 per copy of digital that you're downloading.
Yeah. And if you here's the thing, certain games like Hellblade are only digital, which I understand, and I do download the digital free games every month because those games have no value, but I'm getting them for no value. I'm getting them for free. Here's the thing. Please stop buying digitally. I know it's convenient and it's the new wave. Physical games are where it's at because those games will have value moving forward. And what the developers and publishers want you to do, they want you to buy digital because it puts more money in their hand and it decreases the resale value and it provides you with no value. So if you sell your thing, if you sell your, if you have an Xbox, say, and then you get an Xbox One and it's backwards compatible, all those old physical games, now you can play them. If you sold your 360 with the digital games, those games are gone. You can't play those games anymore. So please stop buying games digital. It doesn't make sense. It's an anti-consumer practice. And I'm going to just be honest with you. I'm not judging you if you buy digital. I'm just telling you, as a matter of fact, it's an anti-consumer practice.
There's nothing like getting online for like a midnight release of some crazy, highly anticipated game and like just being there with other people where everyone's excited for the same thing and you're talking, you're socializing, whatever, and you're waiting for this release.
Oh yeah.
With the digital, it's just like, you know, you get your email, here's your code, download it, and you're done. And it's like,
yeah.
I don't know.
And you can't, like, I just let my father-in-law hold 6 or 7 games just to try them out. If I had those games digitally, I'd have to be like, well, sorry, you can't play. Like, it just, buying digital doesn't make any sense. It's convenient, yes. There's no resale value. You can't lend them to your friends, and it's anti-consumer because it debilitates your ability to have value moving forward. That's like buying a game digitally is like buying a car that you can never sell. Like when you're done with the car, you just have to give it away. Yep. That's just ignorant. So please don't be ignorant. Anyway.
Also, it looks damn good on a bookshelf. You have all your games
and that's another thing. So I'm
it's like a badge of honor of like, I beat that. I beat that.
I'm a freak, right? Hell yeah. So I love and my dad laughs at me. He's like, you're just a collector. Hell yeah. I'm a collector of games, dog. I got a stack of about 40 games that I'm looking at right now. They just look so sweet, my dude. Anyway, I just love to have that library of games because I'm just into that, man. I just love the physical and just looking at that stack and being able to pull, I'll beat that. Somebody wants to hold something, you can hold that. Like, it just makes more sense, man. And digital, like I said, it just has no value. It's anti-consumer. It makes the corporations double the money. And also, one last thing before we move forward. I am tired, and this is not I'm not fake mad, Twitter mad. Listen, I'm not even mad. I'm tired, though, of gamers talking to me about the cost that developers have to face when making a game. Listen here, fool. What about my costs? What about daycare? What about my job? What about inflation? What about gas prices? When it comes to them selling games, they don't think about that. But I'm supposed to think about the cost that they have to incur to sell a game. That's why people are like, oh, games are probably going to have to go to $70 soon. Hell no, fool. First of all, they're charged. Everything you ever bought in your life is overvalued because this is how business works. You make something for cheap, you sell it for more than it's worth. So everything you ever bought is overvalued. Therefore, games at 60 they're already overpriced. So please don't talk to me about what the cost developers have to incur because they're not taking into account what we have to incur as human beings. So why should I care about what they're paying? Make the game cheap. That's why I don't buy games brand new unless they're the GOAT like God of War. Anyway, let's move forward. Main event. So for the main event, we're going to break it down for you. We have some Xbox news. We have some Switch news, Switch gang, squad. And then we have some PlayStation news. So let's dive right into some Xbox news. Don't worry, there's no new games because they don't produce games. So triggered.
They might get those exclusives now, though, if this thing goes through.
Hell yeah, them exclusives coming through. Good luck playing FIFA on PlayStation because that's dead, fam. Microsoft is interested in buying Electronic Arts, aka EA, aka the Devil Respawn. So Microsoft wants to buy EA, here's the thing. It's a genius move. Microsoft doesn't really have any studios that are producing games that are really of worthy of note. So they're going to purchase. Now, EA, granted, EA is a monster company, right?
Yep.
They
control the sports world for the most part.
Yeah. And not only do they produce the sports games, they produce games in other genres as well that people aren't even aware of. But they produce monsters like FIFA, even Madden. People harp on Madden, millions of people buy it every year, myself included. So EA produces crazy games. First of all, FIFA worldwide is like crazy. Madden, you have NBA, all the game. NBA Live was kind of trash, but they have all the different sports games. You have all the different games that they produce. So Microsoft wants to buy them. And what Cy was talking about, he thinks what Microsoft will do if the purchase goes through, they're going to make all these games, Madden, FIFA, all this NBA Live, they're going to make them exclusive to the Xbox.
Why wouldn't they?
Right. And they're going to make these games exclusive to the Xbox. So basically what they're saying, if you want to play Madden or FIFA or any of the other EA games, you're going to have to buy an Xbox. And what I think they're going to do, because there are already rumors to talk about this, they're going to start making these sports games a subscription service. And that's what I think they're moving towards, to where you pay maybe $50 a year, and then you just get roster updates and you have access. The game was just called
So
FIFA
basically
Service.
what the game is right now.
Well, but yeah, basically. So
you spend that $60 to get the the new roster.
Exactly. Instead of buying Madden every year for $65 and getting a roster update, they're just going to say, boom, we're going to give you a subscription service. It'll probably be less than $60, I'm assuming, because it'll cost them less and it'll be basically all digital. Again, it's a smart move for them because it just costs them less money to do things.
Here's my thing with it, though. It is smart, yes, but they're going to go down a road that they don't want to go down. And what I mean by that is, like, yeah, they have the rights to NFL, NFL products.
EA has the rights to NFL.
Yeah, anything with the NFL. It's not a permanent thing, though. The NFL is not going to be like, hey, yeah, sure, cut our fan base in half and let you guys do everything. They're going to be like, no, we want to be on all platforms possible to further promote our product. And they're going to go to Microsoft and be like, we're not going to re-sign this deal. We're going to venture into other avenues. Yeah, you can continue doing Madden, and I'm sure it's going to do great because it's the most popular football game and the only really football game.
Yeah, it's really the only one. Yeah,
because of the exclusive with the NFL, but they're 100% not going to sign that contract again. I can almost guarantee that. And what this is going to open the door to is Sony going, no problem, we will build a football game for you guys. And they create a baseball game called MLB The Show, and it's hands down the best sports game on the market.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard it's highly. They say it's the best sports game across all sports genres.
It's the most realistic. I mean, the game looks incredible. The graphics are insane. Like, the Road to the Show storyline is always fun, and what they did to the game is amazing. And they're showing that they can produce a sports game no problem and be better at anyone else doing it. So does Microsoft really want to open the door for Sony to grab the NFL and run with it? That could be
grab that market share.
It could be a big problem for Madden in the future if that's the route they're going.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point that you bring up. So we'll see, and here's the thing. When a monster, this is what I always think about. When a monster company buys another monster company, who loses? The consumer. And I'm an advocate for consumers, because not only am I one, it's just smart for all gamers, and that's why we're into the stuff that we're into. We're gamers, so we want to help gamers out. We want people, I understand developers want to get their money, but at the same time, when you start to move into, like, and this is like a anyone who knows about economics, this is like a horizontal integration. So you're taking all the different genres and compiling them into one company and making them exclusive and making them a service. It's not going to be good for the consumers unless, like you said, Sony's like, okay, so Microsoft is with EA, so we're going to holler at the NFL and be like, yo, NFL, let's get some rights and let's do this. Like you said, the NFL has a limited contract with EA, with all contracts have a time period where they run out. I think
that contract is running up, because I think I read they signed a 3-year exclusive deal with EA a couple years ago. So that contract is coming to an end, and if this sale goes through, I don't see them signing another one. Yeah,
no, that'll be so. That remains to be seen what Microsoft is going to do with EA, and if the deal is going to go through, and what type of implications that will have for gaming moving forward. Either way, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next piece of Xbox gaming news. Now, Xbox fanboys are touting this as the second coming of Jesus Christ, aka Tim Tebow. Xbox facts. Xbox Game Pass is $9.99 a month. And what the service essentially entails, you get access to 100 titles between Xbox One and Xbox 360, 100 titles across both consoles that you basically can download. It's not a stream. You're not streaming the game. You download it. You have it available to you. I think it's for 30 days. You know, Cy and I aren't sure, but you can download the game and play it as often as you like, as long as you have this service. So basically, it's like a Netflix style service for Xbox. So you pay $10 a month. You have access to over 100 games. Now, here's the thing. They have new games coming out the first of every month. But before Xbox fanboys get excited, I want you to understand this. These games are not like God of War, or well, not God of War doesn't come out for Xbox. It's not like Forza or the new FIFA. You're talking about right now when this service starts, they're gonna have games like NBA 2K16 and like, you know, different games, like games that are not necessarily relevant today. Some of the older games and games that are like smaller indie titles, and that's why a lot of indie companies are actually pissed, because now these people are going to have access to their games without paying that full $30, $40, or $60 price tag that normally comes off, you know, with indie games. So a lot of indie developers are pissed because mostly a lot of these titles are indie games or old AAA games. But, you know, Xbox, shout out to Xbox people. I feel like, you know, this is a good service for you.
Yeah, it'll be cool. It'll definitely be cool.
I think it's a good service. Again, it's digital. So to me, again, this goes back to the whole collection of games and value. So all these games are digital. So you play them, you beat them, and then they're done. So you don't have the $10 after you cancel your subscription. You have nothing to show. If let's say you do it for a year and it's $120, $10 a month. After you spend $120, and if you cancel, you have nothing to show for the money you spent. So it's just a service.
And to that point, though, for that $120, you might have played 40 games in the year. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you definitely get, like I said,
saving money in the long run. But again, you're not getting a physical copy. It's not yours to own.
Yeah, no, you definitely
you're renting it.
Yeah, no question. You save money in a long. I mean, $10 a month, and you can play. It's unlimited.
Sony's doing the same thing. I think they have the PS Now, and
PlayStation Now.
Yeah,
which has kind of been, people have been like, they always kind of bash it because the games aren't that great on there, and people kind of, you know, they go back and forth with it. But
they're not going to promote their new stuff. They want to get the full value of the new games. So I feel like it's always going to be older games that you can buy really cheap.
Oh yeah,
or giving away.
Yeah. They would never like drop like a Halo 6 and have it on Game Pass. Like, there's definitely, they want that full 65 out the gate.
Yep.
And also, you know, pre-order special edition where you get the Master Chief helmet and run around with it and stuff. Anyway, moving on to the God console, the greatest console to ever be created, known to mankind. Put some respect on the Switch's name. Nintendo Switch news. Nintendo, guys, now this is groundbreaking news. Listen to me. Nintendo Switch, they're developing an online service with their console. Imagine that. You can go online with your console in 2018. So with this new idea, they're gonna launch it in September. It's gonna be $4 for 1 month of the. What's that?
It's innovative.
It is very innovative. I don't think PlayStation or Xbox has an online service that you can actually access. So shout out to Nintendo for being innovative. They also have cardboard that you can buy and put together. Check our last episode. So the online paid service launches September 4th. It's September 2018. $4 a month, $8 for 3 months, or $20 for the year. Now, here's the thing.
It's a good price, to be honest.
It is. And now, see, I'm going to argue with you there because it's a good price relative to what you're getting. So the online service entails being online. I can't find out any. I don't see any details because here's the reality. You want a voice chat, you're still going to have to download an app and plug it to your phone. You're also going to need a flux capacitor and an auxiliary generator. And also you're going to need the aux cord that comes with the iPhone 10 to be able to talk to your friend to play Rocket League and Nintendo Switch. Yeah. Also, Splatoon 2, the voice chat is behind a paywall. So if you want to play Splatoon 2 with your friends, if you want to chat with them, you have to pay an additional fee and service to talk with them online. Yeah, I just looked at it. So here's the thing.
That's crazy.
Online paid service. It's 2018. Nintendo's just coming out with it for the Switch. Guys, listen. All the Switch fanboys, this is why I troll you. This is exactly what you're coming out with, an online paid service in 2018, my guy. This has been since, like, online services have been around since like 2000, maybe
PS2.
So 18, yeah, PS2, like PS2 at least minimum 2000. Exactly. So guys, come on, 18 years later, you guys are coming out with an online paid service that you still have to pay additional money for voice chat, and you have to go to electronics school and like engineering school to be able to hook up the phone so you can chat with your friends. Like, this is why I trolled you guys. Come on. Second piece of Nintendo news: fastest selling console in Spain confirmed. Spain, in Spain's history, this has been the fastest selling console in Spain. Shout out to Spain. Shout out to Ronaldo and all those guys. So
Portugal, but okay.
Yeah, that's right. They're close. Same country, right? That at least Trump says so. Anyway, so here's the reality. The fastest selling console in Spain, and also the Xbox One. It has surpassed the Xbox One in sales, which is not hard to do. But they did that in Spain. So shout out to Nintendo. And listen, I want Nintendo to thrive. I'm trolling mostly, but I do want Nintendo to do well. I actually. It's creeping up on that Xbox, but we'll talk about numbers later. Right now, the Switch has sold 14 million worldwide, and Xbox has only sold between 25 and 30. So basically, the Switch is at half, the sales of the Xbox, and it's come out 3 years behind it. So that Switch is creeping up, dog. And I'm telling you, when this Smash Bros drops and these Bayonetta, when these games drop, people are trying to buy the Switch. So Xbox fanboys, y'all better go out and buy Halo, Gears, and Forza, which are only 3 games that are on Xbox. So y'all need to do that. Now,
Switch doing their thing for sure. They're making.
Shout out to the Switch. Appreciate y'all. That Mario Odyssey. Now moving on to the PlayStation. Some PlayStation news. And this is where we can fanboy. Hey, PlayStation fanboys, let's get it. We got to do it properly. Hey, PlayStation news. We fanboy. I'm just joking. I'm actually. Hey, PlayStation, baby, let's get it. Here's the thing. So, PlayStation news. PlayStation has sold 76.5 million units to date. Really close to the PS3, which sold 83 million units worldwide. PS3, actually, believe it or not, are still selling. To this day, they're not dead yet. But they said PS4 is projected to catch up to the PS3. 83
That's crazy because PS3 has been around for like 10 years.
Yeah, no, I know. And so PS4 is selling really well. In 2017, I think they sold like 20.2 million or something like that. So, now people, Sony fanboys are excited. They're like, yo, this is gonna be the greatest console ever. Yo, PS4. I don't know if it's gonna catch the God console. PS2, greatest console ever made, 155 million. Shout out to Cantankerous in the chat. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Let's get that horn on Cantank. What? Hey, appreciate you coming through, fam. So PS4, 76.5 million. It's rolling. So I don't know if it'll catch the PS2. Maybe not. I feel like it won't even have the chance to, because I'm sure PS5 is going to come out before. Yeah, it even gets close to that even 100 million. To be honest with you,
but for it to sell that much in that short amount of time, it's definitely respectable.
Yeah, definitely respect to PlayStation, respect to PlayStation, respect to the Switch, and that's it. Shout out to Xbox. Appreciate you.
Shout out to Bobby Sherman.
Hey, Bobby Sherman in the chat, baby.
Call you Burby. Hey,
Burby, aka Burby Sherman, aka that Nintendo God. Let's get it. You just missed the Nintendo news, man. We just killed it. Fastest selling console in Spain. Shout out to Portugal. All right, moving forward. So, PlayStation news: God of War. The greatest game ever made. God of War is actually fire. Release date, people were like, yo, the game's getting delayed. Release date, April 20th, 2018. So
Coming fast.
there's two things that I need you to do on April 20th, 2018. And Sai, do you know what those two things are?
Play Nintendo Labo.
Well, God, you stole my thunder, brother. I didn't think you was going to know the answer, but you a genius. You're loyal. Here's the thing. I need you to do two things. Number one, I need you to buy God of War April 20th. Make sure you pre-order the special edition so you can get Kratos and his son. I'm not sure what the son's name is. Buy that statue because I'm definitely getting it. And oh my God, this man said smoke. I can't even talk about that. Drugs are bad. Okay. I need you to buy God of War.
Not GTA though.
Yeah, that's actual facts. You can do as much drugs as you want in GTA. I need you to buy God of War, and I need you to cop that Nintendo Labo, my guy. And also, you can do what Sherman's suggesting if you really need to. Smoke Budweiser. Okay. In any event, God of War. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good game. I'm going to probably play God of War 3 right before that drops, just so I can get back into it. I didn't even get a chance to play Ascension, and I didn't know there's 6 God of War iterations. I didn't even know that.
There's 6 of them.
There's 6 of them. Yeah, this guy. No, because there's like side, like how Assassin's Creed has like these little side things on like PSP. There's some side God of Wars that we didn't really know. I didn't know about at least. So that's that, and then Red Dead Redemption. Listen, aka that horse simulator. I love this game. Sai thought it was Overwatch on PS4. He thought it was trash. So
I won't say it's trash. I'm just not a fan.
Yeah. He's not a fan.
I'm
of Red
curious
Dead.
how the new one's gonna be though.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for Red Dead because it drops on October 26th. So that's a great month. Shout out to Drake and shout out to me. That's when I was born.
Fly.
The smoking Budweiser gets you wet. Hey, bruh. Hey.
Actual facts.
My boy. Actual facts. Shout out Red Dead Redemption dropping October 26th. Make sure you get that. The game's gonna be fire. Yo, Rockstar is like the Jesus Christ of gaming. Like whatever they touch turns to wine or what have you. If that makes any sense. So, in other news, Far Cry 5. That's based in a town like a middle America, I think Minnesota. Far Cry 5.
Going back to Red Dead though.
Okay.
That's a pushed back date, isn't it?
You know what? Here's the thing. There was only rumors and speculation. I thought it was originally going to come out June. People were talking about June.
Because I saw Rockstar is they're not happy with having to push it back, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn,
they regret delaying the release. I think those are the exact words I read.
Okay. Yeah, it must be delayed. But here's the thing with Rockstar. They can delay it as long as they want because I know they're gonna put out a quality product. Red Dead 1 was amazing. I personally loved it. I know Sai wasn't a huge fan. I loved it. There was a lot of the travel system could be a little bit better, but riding a horse for 7 hours is not that much fun. Hurts the taint a little bit, but keep it moving. So yeah, it's October 26th is the release date. Far Cry 5 and The Crew 2. Now, The Crew 1 got slaughtered and slammed. People were like, yo, worst game ever made, confirmed, even worse than Thief. But
it's such a good like theory for a game.
Yeah, idea. Like it was a great idea. They didn't execute it as well as they could have. But I played The Crew 1. I didn't beat The Crew because I had to drop it because other games came out. But I did like The Crew 1, so I will actually cop The Crew 2 just to see what it's like. I'll probably cop it anywhere.
I'm definitely trying that.
Yeah, they both got delayed. Far Cry 5 was originally supposed to come out in February. It got delayed till March 27th. And The Crew 2, I'm not sure when that original release date was, but I think it's similar to Far Cry. It may be coming out in April or May. Somebody Google that. You could figure it out. Moving on to some great news for those PlayStation fanboys like us. The free games for February are phenomenal for PlayStation. So make sure if you don't have a PlayStation, go out and buy one for the free games in February. You have Knack and Rhyme. Okay. Knack and where's the air horn? No air horns? Knack and Rhyme. So Knack and Rhyme, the free games for February. Let me explain something to you. This is, you know what, by Knack and Rhyme being free on PlayStation in February, this is what it's like. You go to a back room of a strip club. They're like, yo, you're going to have 2 strippers. It's your bachelor party. Yo, it's about to get crazy, right? This is what Knack and Rhyme is like. Knack and Rhyme being free in February are like having your grandmother and mother come out to give you lap dances in the back room of the club.
What?
Thanks, my guy. Yo, bruh, trash, bruh. First of all, not what you expected, and now you're ruined. Like, Knack and Rhyme, my guy? Like, what? How about
Shout out to Granny.
Shout out to Granny, girl. Shake that money maker, girl. Here's the thing. Yo, nobody wants that. I mean, some weirdos want to play Knack. I get it. But nobody really wants.
To be fair, I think I'm downloading Knack. I'm trying it.
Weirdo confirmed. Shout out to all the weirdos inside. I mean, appreciate you guys. Now, here's the thing, right?
Bro, it's free. It's free.
Bruh. I mean, I did download that like game where you were a piece of yarn, and it was kind of cool. So listen, I may download Knack and Rhyme. I'm not admitting to anything about my grandmother or my mother, but I will download Knack and Rhyme just to see what they're like. And if they're actually fire, I will not only stick a foot in my mouth, but I will give everyone in the chat right now a free year subscription to any online service, preferably Nintendo, from a size credit card. So in any event, you can mark that down. So
not confirmed.
I confirm that, sir. Thank you. So moving on to more general gaming news, Anthem, the game that was shown at E3, I think during Microsoft's press conference. Anthem,
Destiny Killer.
Destiny Killer confirmed. Destiny's dead.
Destiny Killer.
Anthem has been delayed until 2019.
RIP Anthem.
EA Electronic Arts, yeah, RIP Anthem, right? So it's a co-op. It looks really cool. The trailer they played at EA was fire. People were like,
game looks awesome.
Destiny Killer. Yo, the game looks crazy, right? It's supposed to be like a 4-man co-op, player that you kind of go through each story together. It looks really cool. So I'm looking forward to that. Whenever it drops, I'm sure, it'll be cool, like BioWare. Even though, to be honest with you,
you know what they're doing, though? You know what they're doing? They're watching Destiny stumble over its own feet, and they're taking notes. This is why it's getting delayed. I feel like the game is close to being ready now, and they're like, you know what? We need to perfect, the problems with microtransactions. We need to make sure it's right. Otherwise, they're going to get slammed. I think they're just taking notes of how badly Destiny 2 is failing at the moment, and they're going to run with it.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. They're definitely.
Will they succeed? I don't know. But I feel like that's what they're doing. They're being very careful with Anthem because they don't want to fall into the same mistakes.
They really can't. Like, they actually can't, especially with what happened with Andromeda. Like Mass Effect Andromeda. Now, Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, all 90s or above on Metacritic. Andromeda 74. Essentially, now 74 in any game is not a failure. For Mass Effect, Andromeda was an absolute disaster and a failure, and they can't afford to have another big AAA game flop. So they're hopefully pushing it back and taking the time to figure that out. In other news, Epic Games, the creator of the greatest multiplayer of all time, Fortnite, confirmed. Epic Games is actually shutting down Paragon, this game that they're taking it offline. So I never played Paragon. I don't even know what the game's about, but
I never played it. I never played it, but like I'm curious to play it now before it shuts down. Like I want to know what it's about, but I don't know if I'm going to get that chance. But what they're doing is they're actually handing out refunds to anyone who's ever purchased the game at any time.
Yo, shout out to Epic Games for doing that.
Like they're scrapping the whole idea that they're shutting down the servers, and they're even giving people their money back.
Yeah,
and they're taking such a big loss on that game, but it goes into like they're getting so much money from Fortnite. They're
Oh
just
God,
allocating all resources to Fortnite right now.
Fortnite, they're getting money hand over fist. Like they basically stumbled. It's almost like a Rocket League Part 2.
Does it warrant shutting down a game that people like to play? Because I saw a lot of heat.
Yeah, I mean,
when I saw that on Twitter, people were like, "Are you kidding me? What about like all the time I've spent on it and earning? And I guess there's a grind to it." And they're like, "Now you're just gonna shut it down."
Here's the thing to think about, though. You have to, if you have 100 people in the room and 10 people in the room, and you have to burn one of those rooms, you're burning the room with 10 people. And here's the thing,
I get it. I'm just saying,
yeah, like, no, and people
for the amount of money they spent to make the game, and
yeah, no, but from what I understand, and I've heard interviews with different developers, and they were saying the game Paragon, there was so much turmoil and it was so broken that they would have to redo the game from ground up to make it a serviceable, playable game. And the amount of resources that they would have to invest is just counterproductive, especially when they have a game like Fortnite taking off. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, to be honest with you. I mean, I know people are pissed about Paragon because you put that time in, but at least they're getting their money back, which is, shout out to developers. Usually I kill developers because they're the enemy, but shout out to Epic Games.
Epic, man, they're killing it. This is their for sure.
Yeah, no, they're really doing it. So we're gonna start a new section this week, and we're gonna try to roll through this here because we're getting into the time zone, baby. So we're gonna run through a new segment called Burning Questions. So we're gonna take questions from the viewers, the fans, the cheerleaders, the people that love us, and support us. So we're just gonna go through these questions quickly. First question from Esoteric.
And also, if you have a question that you want us to cover, put it in chat if you're listening live.
Yeah, if you're live, put it in the chat. And any question you really want to ask. If you want to know what side wears to bed at night, go ahead and throw that in the chat. Anyway, Esoteric 51. What is going on with VR? Is it dead? Is it thriving? So shout out to Esoteric. Appreciate you for listening, big supporter. I'll answer this question like this. Yes. And the reason why I say yes is because I think that VR is thriving to a small portion of the gaming community who is into VR and that whole new experience. I also think it's dead because people aren't ready to make that transition quite yet to VR. And here's my theory. You're going from playing video games is a multi-sensory experience. You have your vision, you have the feel of holding the controller, and you have your auditory experiences. I think that's been the way video games have been for a while now, and I think that's great. They've done things to enhance it. VR is going from step 1 to step 10. I think it's going from swimming in the shallow end with floaties on to diving in the deep end with sharks. And here's why. You put a headset on someone, not only do they have the auditory, they have the visual, but it's all up in your grill. You're viewing things, you're moving left to right, you're moving with essentially with a mask on that you can't see the outside world. I think it's almost too immersive. I think it's dangerous, and there have been multiple reports of people getting sick from playing it. And
a lot of people, within like a half an hour, they're nauseous and ready to throw up.
Yeah, and so we've heard multiple reports. VR, shout out to Sherman. I would bet you VR lives on, but as a niche product, I think VR would take over much more quickly. And VR, like I said, I think it's a niche product, like you said. So is it thriving? I think it is in those niche markets. Is it dead? It is dead mainstream wise, but VR is something that I think
their biggest sellers is gonna be in the horror genre. Like people scared, that's their thing.
Hell yeah. See, and I would even
like
play
VR Resident Evil or like they just came out actually. You remember Until Dawn and how great that game was?
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, they came out with a prequel, and the prequel to Until Dawn is in the insane asylum that you go into. And
that's right.
It's a VR experience. So you're walking around, this crazy asylum and you just fully immersed in it. So that's probably crazy. And I don't know, people like getting scared. So I feel like that aspect is always going to be doing well, but
yeah,
is it well enough to keep producing it? That's the question.
Yeah, and shout out to Sherm. He said AR, augmented reality, will take over much more quickly and more broadly, and I kind of agree. But like I said, I would play Skyrim on VR. I would play Resident Evil on VR. Here's the problem: I've never played VR, so I would like to try it. I also need more studies done on the long-term effects of having, you know, the headset attached to your, you know, so close to your face and attached in your eyes and your, you know, your balance. So I just need more. I need more experience. I need more time. I need more studies to be done to talk about the long-term effects. Moving on to the next question. Shout out to Cantankerous. Are PSN players playing against PC players on Fortnite? If so, do they have an unfair advantage?
Yes and yes. Fortnite offers crossplay. If you're a PS4 player, if you go to any computer, you download the Epic Games launcher and you link your Epic Games launcher to your PSN, all you have to do then is have those PC players click on your name and join you.
Yeah.
But you cannot do it the other way. Like, you cannot join a PC player who's leading the party. They have to join on you. That is the only way to be able to crossplay at the moment. As far as an unfair advantage, absolutely. People can build faster. They can shoot more accurately.
Yeah, mouse and keyboard. Mouse, it lets you be more accurate with shooting. The keyboard,
yeah,
you can map each button. You can map each item to an individual button. So instead of cycling through with a PS4 or Xbox, instead of cycling through, you just press a key and boom, it's there.
Yep, because the controller, you're pressing circle and then, you know, L1, R1 until you get to what you want to build, and then you got to start clicking, you know, the trigger button to actually build it, and then you got to switch, you know, L1, R1 to a different, you know, stairs or whatever. And with the keyboard, you're, like you said, you're just hotkeying and moving the mouse, and everything's just boom, 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 boom. So you're definitely at an unfair advantage. But at the same time, it comes down to comfort level. And if you don't have a PC to good enough to play it, or B, you just like a controller over the keyboard and mouse, then I would just stick with it. I mean, you can't go wrong. You can win with a controller, because I've done it. Try's done it. And, you know, millions of other people have done it.
Hell yeah.
But it's
not possible, but you
like,
are.
If you're going up against like a top, you know, 5% tier type of player, like, they're gonna smoke you regardless. So
yeah,
I don't know.
All right, so the answer is basically yes and yes and
yes.
Shout out to Mouse and Keyboard Tones. Let's get it. All right. Next question comes from our main man in the chat, my guy, Bobby Sherman. Will we ever be shocked by another video game again? Have we all become so numb to games like Mortal Kombat and GTA that there is nothing that can truly offend us? So I'll answer first to get first.
That's a good question.
That's a great question. So I think that Umbrella Gang, shout out. I think we've actually become desensitized to the majority of things, not only in video games, but I think video games reflect life and life reflects video games. And I think that we've become so desensitized to so many things. You know, you talk about the tragedies in Connecticut, the school shootings all over the country, you know, ISIS bombings. I mean, people just, you know, beheading,
shooting in Vegas. It's like,
it's shooting
crazy,
in Vegas. Like,
you're not shocked by it now.
Yeah, no, you're not shocked by it now. I'll just bring up a game called Hatred. I don't know if anyone remember the game Hatred. It was produced in 2015. The premise of the game is this: you're a dark character with a trench coat on who is suicidal. All you want to do is kill yourself. But before you kill yourself, the point of the game is to go from room to room and kill as many innocent women and children and men as humanly possible. They released that game in 2015. It was banned in certain countries. It was taken off Steam. And then Gabe Newell came back and put it back on Steam and apologized for taking it down. Freedom of speech, all that kind of stuff. That type of game, if a game like that, you're basically a mass murdering, suicidal person, and you go around, and the point of the game is to kill innocent civilians. If a game like that, now, yeah, and Jay, you remember that, right? It was a lot of controversy. I think, will there ever be shocked by another video game? I actually say yes, and here's why. There are things that human beings are going to imagine and create that we haven't even thought about, and it's going to take us to the next level. Like, think about throughout human history, things that have been done. Once we think we've seen everything, something else occurs, and we're like, oh my God. We are going to be shocked by another video game.
On the technology at the time, because we don't know what a console is capable of or a game is capable of until the technology can catch up with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And there's going to be choices in games that are going to, like, I remember playing, there's a game, I can't quite remember the name of it now, but it was a military game, and it was based in Dubai in the desert, and you had two people hanging from a rope. One was your best friend, one was like your lieutenant, and you had to decide which one to cut down. Like games like that were just, I think it was called not Splinter Cell, but I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But it was a pretty cool game. But I do think that we will be shocked. It's just going to take something like completely out there, like being John Malkovich type mind of Hideo Kojima type joint to really shock us.
They got to stop following each other, because H1Z1 comes out with a battle royale, and then you have 3 different developers creating battle royales now. Like, everyone's piggybacking off of other people's ideas. Yeah. So we got to wait for that one person who's gonna be like, let's break this little knack we're in, or niche we're in, and just start developing something new. And who knows how long that's gonna take.
Yeah. No, that's true. And Spec Ops: The Line. That's what the game was called. Spec Ops: The Line. Great game, by the way. So moving on to the next question, Mav, and we got to try to keep it moving so we can wrap this thing up. Mav says, what's your favorite EA big sports game? EA Sports big game, and do you think they should bring them back? And I'll tell you this. Hell yeah, they should bring them back. NFL Street was fire, my guy. NFL Street and SXX Tricky, man, hard to say. NFL Street and that snowboarding game were actually fire, and they should bring them back immediately.
100%.
And they were crazy tight. And I know Sherm loved them. I know Cantank loved them. Like, shout out to everybody in the chat.
It's tricky.
Hell yeah. It should definitely.
The game was so much fun, dude.
Yeah, EA, NFL Street, that might be that might be in my top 5, my dude. Like, that game was so much fun, dog. Like,
I had NFL Street. I was telling you this earlier. For the PSP, that game was so much fun, dude. It was perfect to just be able to take it anywhere and just play a game like that. That's never been done before, as far as like just blacktop playing. Like, it was like you're in a schoolyard. That game was just crazy, just throwing the football around and doing all kinds of crazy things.
No, that's so dope.
Yeah, it was good.
But moving on to the last comment, last question, really, it is a question kind of coming from me and Sai, is I'm about to trigger Sai. Is Destiny 2 dead? Confirm, sir. Go ahead. R.I.P. Destiny.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Baby is out.
Is it dead? Short answer, kinda.
A little bit dead.
It's kind of dead.
They got like three shots in him, and it's like hanging on, still breathing. But
yeah, long answer. They're working hard to fix it. I got to give them a little bit of credit. They're lit. They're everyone hates to hear that they're listening. They want more doing than listening. But who knows how long it's going to take for them, to do it. Like, they have a major update coming out in March for the Crucible. Now, the Crucible is the most broken thing in the game as far as being fun, being worth playing. And March is kind of like, will they finally fix it, or is it just going to be more of the same? So who knows? They got a long road ahead. Everyone's kind of like, they have the DLC coming out in May, the new I forget what it was, the DLC, but it's going to be more of like the Curse of Osiris, more smaller. So I don't know how much content they're going to be able to update and change with that. It's going to come down to like September when they have like their big expansion release, like the Taken King did for Destiny 1. Because Destiny 1 had their major problems, and the Taken King kind of corrected everything in a way. So will they get corrected with the big expansion, or do people just not care anymore and they don't feel like waiting? It's I don't know. I know a lot of people like myself. I feel like the update is they're eventually going to fix the game, but until then, I'm probably not playing until something new comes out, like new content wise. I don't know.
And I can just say, and granted, now Sai's a hardcore Destiny player. I'm more of a casual Destiny player, so I'll admit that. What I can see from the outside looking in on Destiny 2, I played the story. Story was cool for sure. What I see on the outside looking in is the fact that all these Destiny streamers that I followed through Sai, I found them like ZG Wolf, all these guys that I've seen. These are streamers who I never thought, like they're like Destiny hard to the core. They've actually started to play other games, and like people who I never thought. I mean, I know like Black Magus, Destiny over 1,500 hours on D1. I thought I would never see these guys go to other games and like put Destiny 2 down. I've seen a lot of streamers put Destiny 2 down. And I think that, it just speaks to the fact that people aren't happy with the changes that have been made, and so on and so forth. So we're just going to we're going to move on to our bonus content. We're kind of running out of time for this episode, so we're just going to go right to the bonus content. Now, our bonus content, Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is tomorrow for those people who are living under a rock or don't have cable television. The Super Bowl, I'm just trolling. The Super Bowl, some people just don't like the Super Bowl. Like some people like Super Bowl, I don't care about it. Like, so that's cool too. The Super Bowl is tomorrow, featuring the Philadelphia Eagles. Shout out, greatest team ever. And also what's that other team? What's the other team in the Super Bowl?
The Dickheads.
Oh yes, confirmed. From New England. Shout out to no, not shout out. Screw the Patriots. I hate them. Shout out to the referees, though. Appreciate y'all for helping the Patriots. Good luck. I'm sure they'll put that money in your pocket. Eagles versus Patriots, and I'm going to definitely win the Super Bowl pool because I have the numbers 2 and 4. So we're going to get a quick score. Let's get a score prediction. I think it's going to be. Let me see. Patriots. I'm gonna say the Eagles D is good actually. Okay, I'm gonna say 24 Patriots. Then I'm gonna go Eagles 22 because I got 2 and 4, baby. Let's go. Trying to get that money, fam. So yeah, that's my score prediction. I think hopefully the Eagles win. And here's the reality: if you're a Jet fan, you're rooting for the Eagles. If you're a Giant fan, you're rooting for the Patriots because you can't have the Eagles winning. I understand that. So shout out to those people. That's my prediction. Patriots are going to win. I think they are. I hope the Eagles win. I think the Patriots will pull it off. Tom Brady gets his 6th ring, and then Belichick can come coach the Giants or whatever he's going to do. So, Sai, what do you think about the Super Bowl?
I think it's going to be really close early. And then, like usual, the Patriots are going to take off in the second half. I think it's going to be like, I don't know, 35-17.
Damn,
Patriots.
Okay, yeah. No, that makes sense. I'm going 24-22 because I'm trying to get that money.
Dude, I got 2-4 in one of my boxes as well, and it's awful. we have to hope and pray that those numbers hit.
Hell yeah. So we're gonna skip forward to like deals news kind of, and I saw this news too, but Sai, you can go ahead and talk about Facebook is doing some kind of program for gamers. So Sai, you can go and let the people know what that's about.
Yeah, Facebook recruited YouTube creators and Twitch streamers. Like they recruited, and like a partner Twitch streamer had to cut ties. They lost their partnership on Twitch because they signed exclusive contracts with Facebook, and Facebook is trying to get into the gaming streaming world because of how popular it is. And here's the thing. If you can monetize a Facebook channel, you can reach a lot more people.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, you can have
Facebook's the number 2 website in the world.
Yeah, you can have millions of people watching you, but you're not going to see that on Twitch, at least not yet. And I don't know if you ever will, because it's just people who know about Twitch are the only people who know about Twitch. Like nobody knows unless you're out there spreading the word yourself.
Yeah,
they don't advertise
Twitch. You don't know about Twitch, because I'm like Twitch. People are like, you okay? You got some kind of illness? What's wrong with you? I'm like, nah, it's just a gaming thing.
Yeah, like nobody knows about it unless you actually tell them, because they don't advertise for themselves. So and that's Amazon's issue. Like they need to step up and start promoting their own product.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But Facebook is they're trying to do it. And they are stealing broadcasters away from other platforms to do it. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you want to mention?
Yeah, real quick. A buddy of mine on Twitch called Evil Aura is running a charity event called Gaming for Pits. And basically, I think it's going down March 2nd, the weekend of March 2nd. Okay. And basically, it's going to be, a whole weekend of streamers trying to raise money for Villalobos. I don't know if you watch a show on Animal Planet, if anyone watches a show on Animal Planet called Pipples and Parolees. It's basically a dog rescue in New Orleans who hires.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, they hire parolees, and they go out and rescue Pipples, and they're trying to adopt, get their Pipples adopted. And it's not just Pipples, it's other dogs too. But their main breed is a Pitbull. They want to show like the good side of the breed. And it's pretty cool thing that they're doing. But it's on TV. Yeah, Pipples and Parolees.
Cantankerous.
He's doing a big charity event, and last year I think they raised like $12,000, and all that money goes to like the dog's medical conditions, their housing, their food, anything that they might need, and it's crazy. And this year it seems like it's going to be even bigger than last year.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
So in March, look for that. If you don't know Evil Aura, definitely follow him on Twitter. I think it's just evil_aura, and evil is spelled with a 3 instead of an E. But look for that. I think I'm going to be doing a stream. I don't know if it's going to be in the main block, but I will be involved in some capacity of the charity, because I think it's a good thing. Real quick.
Yeah, no, that's dope.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. Definitely keep an eye on Twitter for that. But real quick, the missus and I sponsored 2 dogs from Villalobos, the dog rescue in New Orleans, because you can go on their website and you can just like donate money to them directly, or you can look at a list of dogs and say, hey, I want to sponsor this dog by themselves and help that particular dog get food and whatever else they might need. And Mrs. Sai sponsored Ollie Bell, and I took on a dog called Choo Choo. So
hey, come on, ride that train, Choo Choo.
Yeah, man. But yeah, so we're sponsoring these 2 dogs, and hopefully they can get the care they need. So
yeah, that's what's up, man. Shout out to Sai doing things to really help the community and help these animals for sure. Real quick, just want to mention, Sai had put this in. We're not gonna really talk about it because we're running out of time. We got about 3 minutes left to an hour and a half. These two go hand in hand. I know Sherm is a big fan. XFL, Royal Rumble, they kind of go together, right? Vince McMahon is the GOAT. XFL is coming back. That's going to be cool. Can't wait to see people, kill each other. That'll be tight. And Royal Rumble, I didn't watch it. I know Sai's a big wrestling fan. Sherm's a big wrestling fan. Mav's a big wrestling fan. First ever women's
Royal Rumble, real quick. I think the women's Rumble was a lot more enjoyable to watch than the men's.
That's what I heard from mad people on Twitter. And
there was more surprise people coming back. And it's probably because they just didn't have enough people to fill that roster. So like they're scrambling, calling, the older ladies like, hey, can you do this real quick? But there was no like wow factor in the men's one for me. And I think the women's Royal Rumble was awesome. It was good to see like those old school people coming back, and it wasn't just like they were botching anything. It was fun to watch, and they were actually doing a good job.
Yeah, I just got one question. Did Ronda Rousey get knocked out? Thanks, my boy.
She didn't.
She didn't. Cool.
She actually made her debut after the Royal Rumble. She made it to the ring. And she was able to walk out without getting punched in the face. So it was a good night for her.
Yeah, that was a good time.
It was an exciting thing to see her come out because she was shooting it down, but everybody knew she was coming. But it's dope now, so we'll see what happens.
And shout out to the squad that sponsors all of Bobby Sherm's and Cantankerous events. Suicide Girl, shout out. All right, we're gonna move to the outros real quick. Hit me on Twitter at Trigun4848. Hit me on Twitch, Trigun411. Shout out 2 things I want to mention. Black History Month is this month, February, shortest month of the year, perfect. So shout out. Make sure you just look up Black History Month. You can Google it and see all the different events, accomplishments of Black people throughout our nation's history. It's really cool. Because Sai and I are both black. Sai, black, on the inside, and I'm black on the outside. Well, in the inside, I guess. Anyway, moving forward, we're thinking about Oreos. In any event, so Black Panther. Speaking of Black history, Black Panther is coming out soon.
I can't wait for this movie.
I can't wait. I can't wait for it either. I feel like it's going to be so good. But so check me out and then check out my man Sai. Go ahead and Sai, hit him with the.
Twitch.tv/ScytheX and Twitter.com/ScytheX_.
Hell yeah. And shout out in the chat. Shout out to Fly Life for coming through. Shout out to Cantankerous for coming through. Shout out to Bobby Sherman for coming through the chat. Yes, we really do appreciate the live interaction because it really helps us, keeps the show moving. Appreciate everybody that did a question. During the thing, Maverick did a question, Sherm, Cantankerous, and Esoteric 51. Appreciate you, Pops. Good looking out. And so that's
episode 6 in the bag.
That's episode 6 in the bag. And hey, bro. It was dope. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Make sure, listen, go to YouTube, like the video, share the video, tell your friends, tell your mother, tell your grandmother, make sure they're not stripping, and do everything you got to do to get us some love out here in these streets, because we definitely.
And if you're on iOS and Google Play, the links will be in the description.
Hey, appreciate y'all. This is Friday Night Gaming, episode 6, and we out. Thanks, my guy. Thanks.